What's up YouTube, welcome to my channel. Today I'll be showing you guys my Unchained deck profile. Be sure to stay till the end of the video because I'll be showing off a few combos you can actually do with this deck. Well, without further ado, let's get into the deck profile. Starting off, we play 3 Unchained Twins Aruha, 3 Unchained Twins Rakia, and 3 Unchained Twins Sarama. Now, Aruha's effect is that when it's in the hand, you can target one card on the field, destroy it, and if you destroy it, you can special summon him from the hand. Rakia's effect is that when it's face up on the field, you can target one card on your side of the field and destroy it. This is a quick effect. Sarama's effect is you can target one Unchained card in your graveyard, set that card, and then target one card on the field and destroy it. This can also be the card you just took out of the graveyard. Moving on, we play 2 Unchained Soul of Disaster and 2 Abominable Unchained Soul. Most people play 2 of this card, but I decided to play 2 because it's a bit bricky. Playing 3, because seeing more than 1 in your hand is really irritating most of the time. The same thing goes for Unchained Soul of Disaster. I would love to play 1, but if that 1 copy you have gets DD crowed or banished by a card effect, yeah, that really sucks because you lose this utility card. The effects are Abominable Unchained Soul. When a card on your field is destroyed, then you can chain this card's effect by special summoning it out of your hand, and then you can discard 1 card and then destroy 1 card your opponent controls, which is non-targeting destruction. Unchained Soul of Disaster has effect that when it's face up on the field, you can target one of your opponent's monsters during the main phase, and you can then use that monster as material for a link summon of a Dark Link monster. This card it's one of my favorite cards. This is the reason why I actually started playing the deck. Now for the rest of the monsters, we play 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. I don't have to explain that a lot. It's Ash. It's good. You need 3. Yeah. Then you need 2 Tour Guide of the Underworld. Tour Guide is a good card in this deck because all the Unchained Twin cards are level 3s. So you can summon them out with Tour Guide, and then you can use them to either link summon, or you can XYZ summon into a rank 3. Or if you have Aruha in hand, you can activate his effect, destroy the Unchained monster, special summon another Unchained monster, and then keep comboing off. Then we have Dark Spirit of Malice and Dark Spirit of Banishment. Dark Spirit of Malice's effect is, if your opponent activates a card effect while you have a rank 8 Fiend type monster in your graveyard, you can reveal him, activating his effect, sending it to the graveyard, and then reviving that rank 8 Fiend monster from your graveyard. So in this case, you could bring back either Soul or Disaster from your graveyard. If you bring back Soul, with Malice's effect, you can then discard 1 card from your hand and then destroy a card your opponent controls. Or you could bring back Disaster, which has 3000 defense, and on your main phase, you can target 1 card your opponent controls, or you can target 1 monster, and then you can use it as a link material for a Dark Link monster. Now, Dark Spirit of Banishment's effect is when your opponent declares an attack, you can reveal him, and then you can revive one of your level 8 rank Fiend monsters from your graveyard, and then your opponent is forced to attack that monster. So you could either bring back Disaster or Soul, but your opponent has to attack that monster. Moving on to the spells, we have Abomination's Prison and Wailing of the Unchained Soul. Abomination's Prison is the searcher of the deck. It states you can search any card which has Unchained in its name, meaning monster, spell, or trap. And Wailing of the Unchained Souls effect is when this is face up on the field, when this card is activated, and you link summon an Unchained monster, you can then target one card your opponent controls and destroy that card. And its second effect is when it is set and it is destroyed by a card effect, you get to special summon one Unchained monster from your deck or your hand. Then we have 3 Twin Twisters and 3 Called by the Grave. Called by the Grave being good because hand traps are... A lot of people use hand traps right now, and Called by is always a good card. And Twin Twisters I use to not only get rid of my opponent's back row, but also to be able to set off my spell and traps that go off when they get destroyed. Moving on to the traps, we play 3 Escape of the Unchained and 3 Abominable Chamber of the Unchained. Both of these cards have the effect that when it's set on the field and destroyed, you get to special summon one Unchained monster from your hand or from your deck. Also, Abominable Chamber's first effect is it's a monster reborn for any Unchained monster, and Escape of the Unchained's effect states that you can target one Unchained monster you control and one card your opponent controls, and you destroy both cards, which causes your Unchained monster to go off, and then you special summon one Unchained monster from your deck. And the last card in my deck is 3 Solemn Judgment, which is always a good card to use. Now we go into the extra deck. Unchained Soul of Rage, being the link 2 of the Unchained archetype, his effect is that on your opponent's main phase, you can target one special summon monster they control, and then you can link summon using both of those cards as material for your link summon. Then we have Unchained Soul of Anguish. Unchained Soul of Anguish has the same effect as your Disaster. On your main phase, you can target one monster your opponent controls, and then you can use it for a link summon of a Dark Link monster. Then we have Unchained Abomination. This card can constantly keep destroying cards on the field. It triggers 3 times. The first time is when a card on the field is destroyed, you can target one card your opponent controls and then destroy that card. When a monster is destroyed by battle, you can destroy another card, and at the end of your phase, you can destroy another card on the field. So basically, you summon your Abomination, and then you just pop 3 times, and then every end phase you keep popping. It's really annoying to deal with. Then we move on to the generic link monsters you can use in this deck, like Nightmare Unicorn and Nightmare Phoenix, Topologic Ceroboros, and Topologic Bomber Dragon. I also play Topologic Trisbania, but if I had IP Masquerena, I'd rather use that. Then Mech Knight Crusadia Avermax. It's always a good monster. People have issues getting rid of it. And if you actually have IP Masquerena, you can then make it on your opponent's turn after linking off with your opponent's monster. And then for the X-Seed monsters, we play 2. The Phantom Knight of Breaksword, which I really love this card in this deck because you bring out 2 level 3s with the Tour Guide, and then you make this card, and then you target one card on your field and one card on your opponent's field, and then you just keep plussing, because then you destroy a trap, you destroy a card on their field, your trap goes off, you special summon an Unchained monster. And the last XYZ monster is Dengirsu. Seeing as we play 4 level 8 monsters in our deck, it doesn't come up often, but it's always a good utility card to have in the extra deck. Now I will be showing you guys a combo tutorial on the deck. most of these combos are 2-card combos. So you could have either any trap or spell card that is Unchained and Aruha. So how this goes is you put the trap or spell face down, and then you activate Aruha's effect, destroying the spell or trap, and then you destroy it, which causes it to go off. So you can special summon one Unchained monster from your deck, and then you special summon Sorama. Sorama's effect, you can then activate Sorama's effect, targeting your spell or trap in your graveyard, setting it face down, and then destroying your Aruha, which then causes Aruha to activate. And then you can special summon Disaster. Depending on if you're going first or second, if you're going first, you can then just link off into the link 2. If you're going second, you can also just activate Disaster's effect, targeting a monster your opponent controls, link it off into a link 2. Then you can link off into a link 3. And then you can activate your link 3's effect, targeting another monster your opponent controls, going into your Abomination. Next, I will be showing you guys a 3-card combo of these 3 cards. So, you normal summon Tour Guide, activating its effect, special summoning your Dark Spirit. Any Dark Spirit, depends on what you prefer. Then you set your trap card, and then you activate Aruha's effect, targeting your trap, destroying it, which then Aruha gets special summoned. The trap's effect will trigger, special summoning Sorama. You then activate Sorama's effect, setting your trap, destroying Aruha, which then Aruha's effect triggers. You special summon Disaster. Then you link off these 2 for your link 2. Your Dark Spirit will then activate because a level 8 was sent to the graveyard, so this gets returned to your hand. And then, depending on the matchup, you could always go into your rank 3 exceeds, but usually I keep it like this, because then you have your trap to target one Unchained monster you control and one card your opponent controls, and you have your link away with your opponent's monster. And if your opponent attacks you, you can always chain your Dark Souls, which then special summons your Disaster, and then your opponent is forced to attack this monster. For those of you that have made it this far into the video, I thank you guys very much. I would greatly appreciate it if you guys would leave a comment down below, like the video, subscribe for further content. And if you guys want to see any other deck profile, let me know in the comments. And yeah, peace out.